7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. We are going to go over topics in this reading that are delicate. So take that as a trigger warning. This reading may resonate with you if you happen to have Gemini in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus dominant in your natal chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Gemini. You might find some information in this reading that may resonate for you. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be angelicascensionstarot.com. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini Nation, over the next 7 days. Just by the looks of it, I pulled a couple of cards, but it looks like you might be getting into it with somebody, maybe online. Maybe you might be thinking about it. This might be something that's on your mind. I think Gemini, maybe you did say something to someone. Okay, you got the influencer wannabe. As if maybe you are an influencer, which is why I'm getting the idea that maybe something was said online. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is I think that somebody heard what you said about them. And I think they're pissed off about it. I think they're hurt. And I think that they're feeling like, wait, wow, you couldn't have said that to my face, Gemini. Did you really have to stoop so low to say it behind my back? Somebody's pissed off. They're upset about it this week. Or this is possibly somebody trying to bring this out of you. Some sort of response that someone is trying to get from you. Some sort of battle. Back and forth situation, it feels like. I think somebody wants you to go back and forth with them, really. You could be the spectator of this Gemini. This might not be going on with you directly. You could possibly be seeing it or overhearing it. Overhearing something that someone is saying. There is a Libra and there is no doubt a Sagittarius that entered your reading. So either you're hearing it or somebody else is saying it. You could possibly be hearing something. No, yeah, you could be hearing it from the grapevine. Or you could be amongst the gossipers and it might be about who's sleeping with whom. I don't know, Gemini. This is interesting. Some of you, it looks like maybe somebody is coming to you for this, coming to you for some sort of sexual favor, Gemini, or cross-watcher. Somebody might be thinking about you in this way. This might be a child with someone, Gemini. There's a Leo that shows up in your energy. There's so much stuff going on. I'm trying to stay to one topic. Yeah. There's somebody that won't change. And I think this week you're taking an issue with that. With someone in particular. It could be this Queen of Wands, this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or this could be you. You could possibly be going back and forth with this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this could be you, Gemini, whether you're male, female, or you resonate somewhere in between. That's what this looks like. So you possibly could be going back and forth with someone. Or like I said, somebody might be trying to bait you into an argument. Somebody might be butthurt because of something that was said. You did not break me. So whatever this happens to be, it seems like somebody is like, you know what? F that. You didn't break me. If there's somebody that doesn't want you to see, Gemini or cross-watcher, how hurt they really are. But somebody is definitely heartbroken over a situation. Their feelings are hurt. You might be blocking someone. Perhaps you did. Possibly there's Virgo. Trust. Somebody is thinking about the situation. Something is constantly on someone's mind. And like I said, it feels like it's what is being said or how someone is being perceived because of something that was said. Somebody could be very concerned about their reputation. Gemini or cross-watcher. Some of you have been going back and forth with someone. Oh, yeah, it's your brother. It's your family member. Yeah, it seems like somebody's not telling you the truth. Somebody doesn't care about the consequences that come after this. Oh, okay. So it looks like somebody that wasn't going to change. Like you were very sure, based on the way that somebody is, that they're just really not the type that's going to really change. You got an Aquarius that comes to the reading. You got a Cancer that shows up to the reading. Somebody that maybe you thought was not going to change ends up feeling like they might need to. So there could definitely be a change of heart in this situation. Seems like you've gone through the same thing over and over with someone, some sort of pattern that is irritating to you. And yeah, somebody is thinking about it. Somebody could possibly be a physical distance away from you, Gemini. It seems like there's a message that might be dropping in for you, because it looks like you might be communicating with someone, Gemini. Maybe somebody does want to come to you. It just seems like somebody's hands are crossed. Their hands are tied. Interesting, their hands are crossed. Somebody might be crossing you. We're talking about magic. So if that's something that you're into, you might be interested in doing an uncrossing. This seems like, okay, we're going to get to that. I see this seems more like a career reading than a love reading. But we're going to get to the career part. I want to see what's playing out with this, with you and this person, Gemini. I see where something's going on with your money. Okay, some good stuff is getting ready to happen. Definitely have some communication coming in. Okay, so if you blocked someone, or there just haven't been any, either you blocked someone, or you just haven't heard from somebody in a minute. Maybe they're not returning your calls or texts, or you just haven't heard from them in a minute. It looks like you're getting communication. Somebody is seeking union. This could definitely be family. I mentioned to you, it could be your brother, a grandparent, family member. Somebody wants to maybe be in closer proximity to you. Yeah, confined. I'm going to talk about that. Maybe somebody was in some sort of bind, and it was difficult for them to maybe say something to you. I definitely feel like somebody's doing some binding magic, though, to hinder something. Who is doing this? A Queen of Swords. And this could definitely be a Gemini, Cancer cusp. That's what this looks like to me. But yeah, some of you, the communication could be coming in about a financial situation. It looks like Gemini or Crosswatcher. There's something that you might need to pay. There might be a balance that you might owe. And that's what that looks like to me. Maybe some of you are on a weight loss journey. There might be a balance that you owe, and maybe you don't have enough to pay for this. So I was telling you, I see something going on with your money. You got some money coming through this week. You got money coming through. You got some opportunities that could be coming through. For some of you, you could be getting some communication about a job opportunity. Random side note, you could possibly be going to the library or the bookstore. Maybe you're an avid reader. Maybe you don't just read books, you might read tarot too. Maybe you might be wanting to get out of the house. Maybe you're wanting to go and travel. Especially if you've had to put this off for whatever reason, this traveling. It might be because of a financial situation or a scheduling issue. Definitely feels like something gets you out of the house this week or coming up. In the gym, it looks like some of you could be hitting the gym. Maybe somebody's name could possibly be Jim or James. Spirit guides, what's going on with Gemini? I'm gonna be catching up on some sleep. Seems like something is going on with your sleep schedule. I definitely see something is going on with health. Your health or somebody around you. Some of you are, yeah, I mentioned something's getting you out of the house. Maybe it's a wedding. Maybe you could be going to some sort of gathering. Someone could possibly be eloping. Some of you are married or you're in a long-term relationship. Come on. So if these opportunities haven't rolled through, I promise you, you got some sort of contract that's coming through. Now this contract that we're talking about, Spirit is being very clear about it. A contract. Some of you, this contract is marriage. Some of you might feel stuck in a contract. You feel you're looking at marriage as if it's nothing more than a contract. And that might be where you're feeling stuck. So I think that maybe somebody is undecided about this. I think somebody is undecided about whether or not they want to leave a relationship. But definitely feels like there's tension. And it definitely feels like somebody is going behind your back and doing something. Gemini or cross watching. Somebody's being very sneaky. That might be about their whereabouts. They might tell you that they're going to be a certain place at a certain time. That's not really where they're going. And I think you might know that. Because it looks like that's what's on your mind. Is this person being truthful? Are they being honest? No, they're not. And I think that's the reality that might be hitting you this week, Gemini or cross watchers, for those of you who are in the thick of this week. Reason being, I'm not trying to justify it and say it's okay. So I want to preface what I'm saying by saying that first. It seems like things are not, I said that to say this, yeah? It doesn't look like things are, there's nothing really going on in the bedroom these days. This is why they're going behind your back. Or why they may have. This is the week that I think you might be finding out. Yeah, see? So there is a contract. There's a divorce here. Okay. It seems like maybe you've been trying to stay in this, Gemini, because it looks like maybe you've been hoping for the good times to kind of return. And for your relationship to maybe get better. It just seems like the tension is there still. Seems like somebody could be returning. For some of you, the person that could be returning could be somebody that you could be seeing. We talked about that. Something is going on online. You could possibly be seeing someone in your feed, in your DMs. Something like this. Possibly an earth sign, specifically a Taurus. But it could definitely be a Virgo or a Capricorn. You might be seeing someone at a gathering. It does look like some of you could be going to a social gathering, or at least you could be invited to a social gathering. Is somebody in jail, Gemini? Somebody that you know? Because it seems like somebody could possibly be locked up. Or they could be worried that they're going to be locked up. Let's see what this is about. Because I do see a legal situation for some of you, which I think that you're going to overcome, some of you. But I think that, let's see. What's going on for Geminis legally? Random side note, you could possibly be feeling dizzy this week, Gemini. Somebody is in jail. Someone could possibly be getting out of jail. Or somebody might have like a criminal history, a criminal past. It could be this father figure. What is that? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be your child's father, as I mentioned. This could be your relationship with your father. You got a father, you got a stepdad, father-in-law. It looks like there's another male in your reading. This could possibly be an air sign father figure. Maybe your dad is a Gemini or a Mercurian. They could possibly be a Virgo. Yeah, this is definitely a parent-child situation. The legal situation could definitely be a child custody situation. This seems like something is tormenting your mind. And someone could possibly be going through some sort of relapse this week. Right? Or has you feeling grieved? There's a Pisces that shows up to your reading. Hear me clearly when I say that I'm not suggesting that you gamble. I am not. But I am saying, hear me clearly, that if you do, you might win. Because it does look like you got some money coming your way. You're coming into money in some sort of way. It could be because of a job. But I think there's just some sort of turnaround with your situation. I mentioned to you, Gemini, you got a financial situation, or someone around you does. Looks like somebody is concerned about paying something, paying off a balance, or being faithful to a contract, fulfilling a contract. But we're at the beginning of the month. This might be your rent, mortgage payment, or whatever. Whatever this is, with this financial situation, having to do with this paperwork, some sort of contract, it seems like you're gathering together the funds that you need to get something paid, or to get paid for something for someone else, especially a child. Somebody in the army, military, but specifically the army. Meanwhile, in the background of your situation, it seems like you're preoccupied, you're stressed out. As if it's the only thing that you can think about. To the point that maybe you're even dreaming about your work situation. Something's definitely going on with your dreams. Your dreams seem like they're a little bit odd. Maybe a little bit unusual this week. What you're looking for this week from your job is freedom. And by the looks of it, it doesn't look like you have freedom. It looks like you have a lot of urgent work, a lot of emails, a lot of work requests, incomplete work that could be on your mind. Somebody did pass. That's why somebody is grieved. Oh, Gemini. There's some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the good news, okay? I mentioned to you, you got a message that's coming through. This might be a message that you were waiting for. Some sort of information comes up for you. You're on the receiving end of some good news. And so, again, if you're waiting for some information to hit your inbox or something like that, it definitely comes through. Or it came through last week. Bad news is you could possibly be getting into it with someone. We talked about that at the top of the reading. That's how we started off the reading. I wasn't sure where this gossip was. It seems like it's at work for some of you. I was telling you, words are circulating. Like I said, somebody feels like, wow, Gemini, you couldn't have said that to my face. You said that behind my back, that sort of thing. Information gets back to somebody. They get to thinking about the situation. They get all riled up and emotional. And the next thing you know, tempers flare. And there could be a situation where either you're watching this happening, you're witnessing this, or you might be, you know what I mean, smacking somebody. I'm not condoning violence here, but I'm saying you might feel, Gemini or cross-watcher, as though you want to smack somebody. Because it seems like you're doing everything you possibly can, okay? It just seems like things are hectic this week for you. And then here comes this BS. And like I said, you might want to go off on somebody. It might have you dang near doing so. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you see this? You're on a winning streak in some way. You're winning something. That's what this looks like to me. I don't know, you can't see this clearly possibly, but it definitely feels like something is a winner, like you're winning something. Could definitely be winning a spiritual battle, because we didn't talk about that, but we didn't talk about it in detail anyway. But I see something like that. Maybe doing some impulse shopping this week, Gemini. Cross watcher. Somebody might be on the game. Maybe you know somebody as a gamer. You're definitely detecting deception. See, that's what's going on here. Somebody breaks somebody's controller. Maybe you might need a controller for a game. I think somebody might be controlling, if anything. Somebody might view someone as controlling. Okay. Yeah. Somebody might view someone as controlling. Something just caught my eye. Might be concerned about credit card debt. Maybe you're having anxiety about this. Student loan debt. Something like this. Maybe this has something to do with an accounting issue. This definitely feels like maybe either you work for the bank, Gemini, or you know someone that does, or this is like a banking issue. Who is deleting stuff? We're going to see what that is. I think this is somebody that's always in their phone. There's some information that somebody doesn't want you to find out about, and they're deleting it. Especially, we talked about it several times, if something is being done online. You got this evil eye situation. Spirit guides say, let's go for it. Let's talk about this evil eye. The evil eye situation, as I mentioned to you before, it seems like it has everything to do with this back and forth that you're having with somebody. Is that what this is, Spirit? What is really going on for the Gemini nation? Well, somebody has their eye on you, obviously. And we talked about it being this Queen of Swords. Or this King of Wands. You got a few people. It's not one person that has their eye on you. It feels like it might be a couple of people. It's like, did you lose your job? Or this is somebody that might be trying to ruin your reputation, is what this looks like. Some of you Geminis, you're very witchy, or you're connected to someone who is. Yeah, this has everything to do with money. Somebody could possibly be lying about money. Random, maybe you might be seeing some cobwebs or some spider webs, but you see this web of lies here. It's about money. It's about a financial situation. You might call cap when it comes to somebody's financial situation. Somebody, I don't know if this is somebody that's flexing their money or whatever. That's what somebody is envious of. That's what this evil eye situation is. It's about your money or your lifestyle or whatever. It says protection. So this is your spirit guide saying protect your energy, Gemini or cross watcher, because it definitely feels like somebody has evil intention. That's what that looks like. And that's probably the extent of time that I'm going to spend on that. I'll really dive in too much into that. There's definitely a situation with that. When you're driving, though, Gemini, and you're trying to get someplace, your guides are warning you about being a distracted driver. Either you are distracted, or there might be other drivers on the road that could possibly be distracted. Definitely talking to you about driving, yielding. Be patient while you're on the road. This might be a road rage incident, possibly. And somebody is driving erratically, this feels like. Spirit guys, show me Gemini. Pause on your journey. What is this about? There we go. So you're online, possibly. Somebody watches you. See how somebody's trying to act like they're not looking. They're not watching you. Somebody might be denying that they're watching something or doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. Somebody's definitely denying something or trying to cover something up. Definitely deception in your situation. There's no doubt about it. You might be noticing the battery on one of your devices is maybe losing battery life kind of fast. Maybe it's your phone. I don't know, Gemini. Want to keep your phone on a charger, keep your charger around you. So I was telling you, somebody in the army, the military, a veteran, or quite frankly, maybe someone is just a bit militant in your life. That might be how you see them. Maybe this is a reminder to have some discipline this week, Gemini. Not that you did, and I'm not saying that you don't, but you know, we were talking about distractions and all. And maybe it's just hard for you to focus because you have anxiety. You could possibly be getting back into that. No. Spirit guides are saying no. Somebody is bossy. You might view someone as that. I mentioned to you that earlier. Someone's bossy, controlling. This might be how someone sees the other person, whether it's the truth or it just happens to just be their perception of things. You got some big changes coming in. As I mentioned to you, you got some big changes coming in with your career, your money. And just to remind you, because it looks like it's coming up again, your guides are saying that there's definitely somebody that's watching something that you're doing. Could definitely be your partner or somebody that's around you. Somebody is definitely watching and reporting back to other people. But there's definitely somebody that just is keeping tabs on you, like spying. It seems like you're being spied on by haters. Since we're talking about this evil eye situation. And I said I wasn't going to keep talking about it. Either way, you are winning. So if you're not winning something like in actuality, such as like the lottery or something like that, it feels like you're winning spiritually. And I think that your haters, or this could even be the cross watcher, Gemini could be the one that's the hater. And somebody can't stand to see you winning. And it's their envy. It's their personal issues with you, Gemini or cross watcher. Because I pulled this card that says seeing, like someone is seeing something that you're doing, coming across it, spying, that sort of thing. And it might be something as trivial as like these little high school games. Somebody is jealous of your beauty or your something that they feel like you have an advantage over them, right? They feel like maybe you do something better than them, you sound better than them. I don't know. You're more intelligent. Again, whatever this happens to be, is their issue. This week you guys are saying flexibility when it comes to maybe some decisions that you're making or just in general in your life. It seems like your guys are saying there might be some changes or some things that don't quite go as planned. No, that's what somebody doesn't like about you. They feel like you're being taken seriously or you're being affirmed, maybe by your peers, maybe by the people that are around you. For some of you, it's your significant other that's sending you this negative energy. Like I said, if they feel like you're up to something, they're pissed off. For some of you, it's your ex or friend that you dropped. Either way, somebody's coming back. Somebody is a musician, an artist. Maybe you're just vibing to some good music this week. Health. No. Let me back it up. You're speaking to your guides about something. You've been asking your spirit guides for some sort of breakthrough. Gemini or cross watcher. Whatever this is, and it has everything to do with your heart's desire, it seems like there's going to be some success. Maybe you sing, Gemini. Maybe you do. Or maybe this week you might be maybe in the mood to sing. If it's not just something that you love to do. Definitely feels like you have some sort of love for music. Be mindful of somebody trying to set you up, okay? Plot against you. We talked about that. Trying to bait you into an argument or some sort of back and forth. Whether this is in front of other people, in public, or this is online. It definitely feels like it's at work. But definitely in front of other people. Because it seems like people are weighing in and they have an opinion about whatever this little back and forth session is about. Okay? We can't seem to stop running their mouth about it. This health situation. Get some sleep, Gemini. It doesn't sound like you're getting enough of it. Enough sleep. At least, excuse me, quality sleep. It doesn't even look like you're getting outdoors lately. It's like you're just kind of in the house all the time or at work all the time. I don't know. It's hot outside. At least it is over here. Yeah, I think it's your stress levels. I think there's some stuff going on at home. And I think that's the situation that's stressing you out. Something to do with your family, something to do with your home life. I don't know, maybe you might be getting into it with somebody you live with. Maybe it's your roommate. I mentioned to you your brother, your family member, your dad. This looks like your brother, your family member, your dad type of thing. I don't know how to say this delicately, so I'm just going to put it out there. Some of you are dealing with someone who has cancer. Because it looks like somebody's cancer could possibly be returning. And it seems like it could be spreading for somebody. And whomever this message is for, it doesn't look like it's for a lot of people. It might be for that one person that needs to hear it. I don't think this is for a majority of you Geminis. Somebody needs to hear it because it's hands down, it's in the reading. It's time to go look into this. It might take for you to change doctors for a health situation, whether it's cancer or something else, to be discovered. Because it looks like something could be a little bit camouflaged, could be a bit hidden. Some of you might have an infection that's in your body. Definitely picking up a UTI. Like a viral infection is what this feels like. Anyway, it seems like, and if it's not you, then it might be a child. Especially an infection in the gums, the mouth area. So yeah, it might take for you to change doctors, possibly get another opinion, a second opinion about something. Gemini or cross watcher. I think for some of you, the health issue is someone's sobriety. Because I mentioned to you earlier, somebody could either be getting back into some sort of like drug relapse, or somebody is into something hardcore. And someone could possibly be taking a hard, sobering look at their addiction. Some of you, it's a drinking situation. And some of you, it's not like alcohol or anything that you're drinking, but it seems like there might be something that, since we're talking about health, there might be something that you're putting into your body. It could be a bunch of coffee, a bunch of tea, like an excess of something. And it seems like your body is like fighting back. You're like, please stop putting that in here. That type of thing. Like somebody's vital organs are kind of begging you to stop. Might be experiencing some back pains. Now, this is a drinking situation. Somebody drinks. Could possibly be a Sag. Drinks, maybe somebody drinks and smokes. But I definitely feel like somebody does heroin or something like that. Somebody could be violent. So you could be in a violent relationship, or you might be connected to someone who is possibly a Virgo. Seems like there's a child that may want to express themselves a bit more. Somebody's license suspended. Spirit guys, what's going on? Definitely feels like, since we're talking about health, right? Well, let's go back to that. Whatever this is that's hidden, it seems like this is, you got some good news coming in about this. So if you do decide to maybe go and take care of something, it seems like maybe there's something that you don't want to face, something you don't want to, you know what I mean? Or you just haven't. It just seems like you might. And I think you might be going back to take a look at this. Something that I noticed. Something that maybe that I didn't really see the first time around. I was mentioning to you something on social media. Somebody could possibly be setting something to private so that you don't see it. That could be what this delete situation is about. Somebody doesn't want you to see something that they're doing. And then some of you Geminis, it feels like you could be dealing with someone that you feel is not logical. They're not a logical person. And I do feel that someone could possibly be using you for your money or vice versa. Not careful about the drinking and driving situation. Spirit guys are saying don't do it. Because this might be a situation that that's avoidable, this legal situation. Seems like somebody's license is suspended. Or somebody is like on probation, parole. I don't know. That's what this looks like to me. But there's some sort of legal proceeding that I see that could be relevant to your situation. All right, Spirit guides, what is the advice for that? I want to say Leo and I want to say Cancer. This is Gemini. I'm well aware that I'm reading for Gemini. But I hear Cancer and I hear Leo. So they could possibly have Cancer and Leo placement. Spirit guide, what is the advice for the Gemini nation? What signs did I do last night? I did Pisces and Scorpio. I believe this came out for Scorpio. Some of you are obviously dealing with a Scorpio. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Something is almost over. Some sort of delay that's in your life right now. And this is coming to a conclusion. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. I mentioned to you, there's an opportunity that's coming through this week. Or coming up, but it's not this week. Where it's like right place, right time. Timing plays a huge factor. Where you're able to overcome some particular challenges. You're able to manifest some sort of benefit into your life. It does seem like your guys are saying that there might be some sort of effort required for you to receive these beneficial outcomes. They're saying definitely there's a window of opportunity. They're saying take it. Take it by the horns. And try not to pay any attention to this character assassination because it definitely feels like somebody lays it on thick this week, Gemini. There's some lies detected in this though. With that, Gemini Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. Hope that this was helpful. Thank you so very much for watching Gemini Nation and Cross Watchers. Have a beautiful, blessed, and productive week. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.